that this is the premiere episode of Film HQ, I thought it would be appropriate to make our very first Final Act segment about one of the most important rules of being a film fan. The main thing that all of us have to know whenever we engage in conversations, online discussions, or those ever so civil and polite YouTube debates. The rule is a simple one. We all have to understand that all film is subjective. We have to understand that when it comes to movies, as an art, there is no truly right or wrong answer. Sure, we can all love or hate certain movies. We can say that one movie is awesome and another sucks. But in saying that, we have to understand that there is no objective measurement that can definitively state this movie is a good movie and that movie is a bad movie. I mean, sure, I may have told my 10-year-old nephew that he was an idiot when he said he liked Jar Jar Binks, but in reality, even I have to acknowledge that just because those movies disappointed me doesn't mean they can't impact other people differently. Look, at the very heart of it, movies are art. And like any other kind of art, such as poetry or music or humor or painting, art hits us all in very different ways. One person can look at the Mona Lisa and be brought to tears. Another person can see it and just think, meh, it's just some emo chick. Tell a joke to a crowd of 20 people and some will laugh hard, some will giggle, some won't react at all. Play a piece of music for someone and it may move them to dance, while it may make another person just feel sleepy. You see, art hits us and solicits an emotional response. We don't choose the response, we just feel it. I don't choose to laugh at a joke unless I'm faking it. I just hear the joke and I either laugh or I don't. So basically, when I say Captain America Civil War is great, what I'm really saying is that Captain America Civil War was great for me. For something to be objectively true, it must be quantifiably measurable. If you say that tree is 14 feet tall, you can quantifiably measure the height to see if that statement is objectively true. If you say the water is 87 degrees, you can take a thermometer and quantifiably measure the temperature. In either case, there is nothing opinion-based. It's measured. It's fact. But how do you quantifiably measure the quality of a movie? What measuring stick, what thermometer, what clock can you use to measure and prove that one movie is better than another? There is none. Oh sure, you can measure the length of a movie with a clock, you can count how many explosions there are in an Expendables movie, but you can't measure if a movie is good or bad. And that's not a bad thing. As a matter of fact, I consider the pure subjectivity of film to be the most important and beautiful thing about the movies. Yes, I hate The Phantom Menace, but it's awesome that there are people out there who still enjoy it. What fun would it be if movie quality was objective or measurable? How on earth can we debate The Godfather versus Goodfellas? It's obviously The Godfather, by the way. How can we debate The Avengers versus The Dark Knight? How do we do any of those topics become fun if there were simply some sort of measuring stick to tell us the definitive objective answer? No, movies are subjective, and because they're subjective, we all get something unique. We all get something special from them. If you come across somebody who has a different opinion than you about a movie, it doesn't mean they're wrong, and it doesn't mean they don't get it, it doesn't mean they're stupid, and it most certainly doesn't mean that some movie studio paid them off to think that way. It just means they have a different opinion. It just means that movies are subjective, and that that movie impacted them in a different way than it impacted you. And that's okay. So as we begin this new show, as we welcome you into the ranks of the HQ, let's talk, debate, and argue about these amazing things we call the movies. And let's remember that at the end of the day, they're all subjective. I'm Campea, and thank you for being a part of Film HQ.